Target may not be your go-to destination for a snack, but sometimes hunger can strike in the middle of a shopping trip. When that's the case, the Target food court is a fine option for a quick bite. Some options are better than others, so here's how to choose wisely. If you need something sweet to eat while you're wandering the Target aisles, what should you reach for? If you want the best that the food court has to offer, you should opt for the cinnamon sugar pretzel. This definitely isn't the healthiest item on the menu, as one pretzel comes in at 520 calories and 34% of your daily salt intake. But there's a thing called a cheat day for a reason, and if you're spending yours at Target, you're going to want to pick up this sweet snack. It's everything you'd expect a soft pretzel to be, piping hot and ready to be devoured, big but not too big, and chewy but with plenty of give. And it also offers a sweet and unexpected twist in the form of the combination of cinnamon and sugar. Some say that this is the ultimate combination, and we can't disagree. If you're looking for something to pair with a coffee, the cinnamon sugar pretzel might just be your best bet. We aren't telling you to eat it for breakfast, but if you do, we will tell you that you won't be disappointed. It may not be something that you eat every day, but it's certainly a treat on those days that you do eat it. If you're lucky enough to live by a Target that has a Pizza Hut Express inside, then you've probably eyed the hot pizzas more than once as you made your way out of the store. It's true that this is an easy meal to grab when you're hungry and in a hurry, but if you're looking for something that actually tastes good, you can pass on this option. Just why is that? Quite frankly, there just isn't enough sauce on this pizza. There's plenty of cheese and the crust has a nice buttery flavor, but it's hard to totally get on board with a minimal amount of sauce. Of course, most of us want our pizzas piled high with plenty of cheese, but at what cost? If we have to skimp on the sauce just to get the slice that we deserve, we'd rather just go to a real Pizza Hut or another pizza place entirely. Unless you're just dying for what's essentially a meaty breadstick with extra oil, we'd suggest that you opt for just about anything else. Whenever you go to a Costco, there's one thing that you absolutely must grab on your way out the door, and that is a hot dog. Some shoppers would surely claim that the hot dogs are the main reason for even stepping foot inside a Costco. But did you know that you can actually grab a pretty tasty hot dog from Target as well? They're Nathan's all-beef dogs, and they're the perfect option for a quick lunch when you're on the go. The Target hot dog may not be quite on the same level as the iconic Costco version, but if you're already at a Target, it's definitely worth a try, and it would be silly to drive over to a Costco anyway. The actual dog is juicy and the bun isn't bad either. And if you're lucky, your local Target will also have plenty of condiments on hand. Of course, you need the classic ketchup and mustard, and if you're waiting until you get home to chow down, we recommend going big by adding onions or even chili and truly letting yourself indulge.
Do you like mustard?
No, I'm okay.
It's much better with the topping. Here.
If you live near a super Target that sells groceries in addition to all the other fun stuff you expect from the store, then you probably already know that you can pick up dinner there. It's easy to get, for example, a pack of pasta and a jar of sauce, and even some frozen chicken strips that you can combine into a quick meal. But if you're too lazy to do that, it's always possible to grab the chicken Alfredo Tuscani pasta from the Pizza Hut Express. But let's just say that this stuff looks more appetizing than it really is. While the slightly burnt cheese on top looks delicious, it falls flat as soon as you take a bite. The pasta is too soft as it doesn't have the al dente texture you'd expect from a slightly higher-end Italian joint. There's also just too much sauce, and the overall effect is bland and just not that appetizing. But if you insist on giving it a go, don't blame us if you don't end up liking it. We tried to warn you.
I tried to warn you, pal.
Fair warning to those of you looking for a delicious whole food snack, Target's famous popcorn isn't available everywhere, but where it is available, people go crazy for it, and it's not hard to see why. It comes in cute little bags that you can easily put in your cart for convenient snacking as you make your way through the store. It's a lighter option than some of the other choices you'll find at the food court, which makes it a hit among slightly more health-conscious shoppers. Of course, it's not a perfect healthy choice, as it's still salty and pretty buttery. Back in 2018, there was a dust-up in the Columbus, Georgia area where it looked as if the local Target's popcorn was on its way out for good. There was even a Change.org petition to ensure that Target would keep its popcorn available. But at the moment, it appears that the popcorn isn't going to be leaving many stores anytime soon, especially with the advent of Target's new grab-and-go snack bars. We're all keeping our fingers crossed that our local stores don't have a popcorn shortage emergency anytime soon, or ever. Now that would be a crisis.
Crisis alert!
Did you know that you can actually find a simple grilled cheese sandwich at many Target locations? If you didn't, you're not alone. The reason the news hasn't spread that far and wide is probably because the sandwich just isn't that good. How do you mess up something as simple as a grilled cheese? Well, it's apparently easier than it seems. First, you start off with 2 pieces of bread without enough butter slathered onto them. Then you use the smallest amount of cheese you could possibly justify putting on a sandwich. Finally, you leave it in a drafty cafe for a few hours and voila! You've got a Target grilled cheese. Now, if you're really hungry and a little desperate, it might be worth trying the grilled cheese. Kids might like it, especially considering its conspicuous lack of flavor. But if you value yourself and your taste buds and can wait long enough to find a fast food joint across the street, you should do that. And if you have time to make your own meal, you could always try a delicious grilled cheese recipe at home. Even if you're not a grilled cheese expert, with just a little creativity, you can surely beat what Target offers. You already know you should try the cinnamon pretzels at Target, but not everyone wants to juggle a giant pretzel while they're trying to shop. And if you have young kids, you probably know that giving them an entire soft pretzel to hold onto probably isn't the best idea if you want to avoid a tummy ache. But don't worry, if you find yourself in this predicament, Target has a solution for you. The pretzel bites are a favorite Target option, as they're an ideally sized snack for when you need to grab something on the go. They come in convenient 6-packs, which is the perfect size for kids or for adults who just need a few carbs to get through the rest of the day. 18-packs are also available, which are a great option if you want to bring some home with you. You can get the pretzel bites in both the regular flavor with plenty of salt and with the celebrated cinnamon sugar topping. So whether you like plenty of flavor or you prefer to keep it easy in that department, Target has you covered. It isn't just the pepperoni pizza at Target's Pizza Hut Express that disappointed us, as the regular cheese pizza isn't much better. What else would you expect if the classic pepperoni's not even that good? And as it turns out, a cheese slice is actually a step down from a pepperoni, as it doesn't even have those zesty little meat discs to distract you from an otherwise utter lack of flavor. You're not going to find much sauce on this pizza, which would lend it the sweetness and acidity that it definitely needs. What you will find instead is heaps of low-quality cheese. Then there's the crust, which is almost certainly soggier than you were expecting, though we'll admit that it's not completely terrible. If you're ordering a dish that only has a few ingredients on it, you surely want them to be of a higher quality than what you'll find on this cute but tasteless personal pizza. Now, if you're looking for a pizza-shaped breadstick, then this option may actually be appealing to you. Otherwise, you should skip the Target food court and go find a pizza somewhere else. You'll be happy you did. With all the amazing pizza choices you have to choose from out in the world, you shouldn't have too much trouble scoring something good. You knew this had to make the list, didn't you? Target and Starbucks have a legendary partnership, and it's turned out to be quite the successful venture. As recently as 2016, there were more than 1,300 Starbucks locations and Target stores across the country, so there's a pretty good chance that there's one at your local Target. And if there is, you should definitely take advantage of this convenient option. Starbucks, after all, is known for its high-quality coffee, despite being a huge brand name in a field of small local shops. And since it's so accessible while you're shopping, there's no reason not to stop there if you need an afternoon pick-me-up. Our recommendation is to order whatever you usually get when you go to a regular Starbucks. Whether that's a cold brew or the sweetest, least caffeinated item on the menu, you know you're going to be getting Starbucks-level quality. And if you want something to snack on as well, that won't be a problem, as the Starbucks at Target also sells many of the popular breakfast, lunch, and dessert items that you can pick up at the drive-thru. One final Target food court offering that you can absolutely skip is the chicken tenders. They come in packs of 3, and if you're looking for a whole meal, you're probably going to order them with the fries, which we also wouldn't recommend. Even on their own, though, these chicken tenders just don't make the cut. The chicken is drier than you might expect, and unsurprisingly, this leads to a notably stale taste. That's obviously something you want to avoid when it comes to chicken, or most foods, really. And to top it all off, the breading isn't very appealing either. If the chicken is dry, you would hope that at least the breading could be crispy, but that's not the case at the Target food court. To make matters worse, the breading also doesn't have much flavor, so you'll have to smother your tenders with condiments if you want them to be edible. You can certainly find chicken nuggets that are better than these tenders from a variety of fast food restaurants, or possibly even Target's frozen food aisle. So don't waste your time at the food court ordering chicken. It'll just lead to disappointment.
I'm just disappointed.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about your favorite foods are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.